Hey, we are finally in our third mascara test. The first one was MAC Gigalash. The second one was, I'll come back to that because I don't remember. Oh, Tube Job, Urban Decay Tube Job. And now I'm trying the Milani. And I was excited to try the Milani because I loved the Tube Job, but it was like 30 bucks. It was like 24, between 24 and $28. So I would love to find something that I love, but is also a lower price point. Enter Milani. It was definitely one of the cheapest options because it's a drugstore brand. So I'm wearing it now. And unlike the other two, it flaked a little. Unlike the other two, this one is a brown. So the other two were black. This one is brown. So it's about midnight now, maybe 12:30. I just got back from set. I actually didn't wear mascara today for the gig. However, I took some photos at a bakery after and I put on mascara for that. So that was around 7, between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. So, and it's midnight now, so it's just been a few hours. But she's looking cute, I think. Okay, so this is day one with Milani in brown. See you the next day to talk about it some more. Okay, bye. I'm sorry I was like all in your business. I was like all up here. I could have been back here, but I really wanted you to see my lashes. So, oh, also, thanks for the reminder, God. I put mascara at the bottom because I didn't have that much makeup on and I was taking photos. So here's up close, top and bottom. And then here is a little further away, top and bottom. Y'all, my hair today looked like a wig, but not in a good way. It looked like a bad wig. Just a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Thankfully, it looks better, I think, in photos and video than it does in person. But yeah, bad wig today. That's what we were working with. I'm back to share a thought. One thing I like about this mascara so far, and I had the same observation with Urban Decay Tube Job, is it's soft. Like when I touch my lashes, they feel soft and pliable. Not like hard plastic. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but I kind of feel like your lashes break easier when it's like stiff as a board. But yeah, it's soft. The brush is that plasticky brush that has like a million bajillion lash separators. So the Urban Decay brush had the same thing. This Milani brush seems to maybe be a little more narrow. Maybe not. Okay, those are my first observations so far. All right, see you probably tomorrow, but whatever's next in the sequences of this video. See you then. Okay, this is my second time using the Milani in brown again. Gonna give a little swirl. I like the thickness. I was just trying to get them to go up because then you see they're straight out. And my lashes are straight, but I was just hoping this would push them up a little bit. So I'm trying to push them up. And then this one too. All right, who knows if that helped or not. Let's move on to the second eye. So going back in, gonna swirl, come back out. I don't know how it ended up on the outside of the tube and now it's on my finger. That never happens. Over here, I'm gonna use the mirror here so you can see. I'm wiggling and pulling up and wiggling and pulling up. Oh, I like that side. Hi. Wiggling and pulling up. Sometimes I wiggle, pull up, and turn the brush. Looking good. I'm just gonna get the inner corner on both sides. Shoot. I poked myself in the eyeball. Come back to the first side. Burns. Oh, this side looks great. It's just so straight. Let me see if I can pull the ends up. Wiggle, wiggle. The consensus? Oh, that really did work. Wow. Consensus with mascara is that if you want volume, you wiggle at the base and pull up. If you want length, you pull up and then wiggle at the end. Oh. All right, let's do that on the side. So we're going to come to the ends and just wiggle it out. To the ends and wiggle. To the ends and wiggle. To the ends and wiggle. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. I'm going to see if I can do a little more wiggling over here. A little turn and wiggle, 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 wiggle. I'm happy. They really look like falsies today. Wow. All right, I'll show you out in natural light too. This is my bathroom light. Oh, I just hit myself in the face. I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you. This is the Milani mascara. I have had it on for 3 days. Look, I've had some things going on. I've been traveling, whatever. 3 days. I'm gonna try to show you close up. I'm gonna look up and then try to give you a side view. Let me try to go on the white wall so you can see. It's holding up. Not that it didn't flake, but I'm gonna come over there so you can see the side. Milani's the third one, and it's really coming through. I was actually gonna buy my mom some, but Walmart was out of it, liking it. I'm gonna try it a few more days before I switch over to the next one. All right, stay tuned. Now I feel the need to come back and tell you that I have washed my face. I just haven't washed the mascara off. So because I was in a rush, I was using a wipe. So I used the water wipes and just sprayed it with apple cider vinegar. I think one day I may have used witch hazel, maybe. I don't know. But one day I definitely used apple cider vinegar and rub. Today I used a paper towel I wet it and I put apple cider vinegar on it. I don't remember what I did yesterday. But my face is cleanish. I just haven't taken off my mascara. Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensionists. It's just a little sad. I've loved it so much, but we're going to be on to the next one. Just a reminder that this is brown. So I've learned how I like to do it. So I'm going to be looking at this mirror over here. Here's how I like to do it. I like to start at the bottom, wiggle and turn. Then I'll take this, without dipping, go to the other eye. Go in, wiggle, and shoot. I got it on my eyelid already, and I just started. That's fine. Hold on. All gone. Mostly gone. Wiggle and turn. Wiggle and turn. Come back over here. Wiggle and turn. Wiggle and turn. And the reason that I just use one dip is because I find I don't need a lot of product. That's just me. Okay, so we got the base going. Can you see? Got the base going. Now we'll go in and make them longer by coming to the tips. I don't like a lot of mascara on the ends because I just don't like it. I like the more natural look. So that's why I get off most of the product at the base of the lashes for fullness. And then wiggle, turn, and pull. Up, wiggle, turn, and pull. And you can already see, bam! On this side, come to the end, wiggle, turn, and pull. Wiggle, turn, and pull. Oh, the dog barked and it made me get some up there again. It wasn't the dog's fault the first time, just the second time. Wiggle and rotate the brush. Wiggle and rotate. Oh man. See, that wasn't the dog's fault either. I did it. Still separating. So the reason I turn the brush is to separate the lashes. So instead of using a lash comb, which I don't have one at the moment, but in the past I haven't liked them. So if you have one that you like or a technique you like, let me know, but otherwise, I'm not a fan. Just going in for some extra separation. It's kind of a bald spot right there where the lashes are clumped. And then we're gonna come back to this side. Wiggle and pull up. And then this corner doesn't have very much. So I'm just adding some to the corner. Then I'm gonna come to this inner corner over here. I'm happy. So this side is longer than this side, so let's go to the other side. I just wanted to separate over here. See, it's kind of clumpy and long right there. See if I can unclump right there. That side is looking phenomenal. Oh, let's get this off the side. Now we're gonna come back over here for some length because we have much room to grow. Wiggle. Now I'm not rolling, I'm just wiggling now. Wiggle. Whew, I'm hot. It's gonna be 90 degrees today. And the bathroom is still warm from when I took a shower. They look pretty even in terms of length. There's a little clump here. So I'm gonna roll the brush. Alrighty, I'm liking it. I was just separating there a little bit. Oh, there's a clump at the end. Let's try to get that out. And then they're a little clumpy over here. See, there we go. That declumped them. I'm gonna go in front of the window. I'll do a little on the bottom too, which I don't normally do. And I still haven't dipped the brush back in because I didn't think it was necessary. We did it. It's a little clumpy in the corner, so I'm gonna get a tissue. See, it's kind of clumpy right there on the bottom especially. So I'm just gonna lift up and then I'm gonna turn the tissue so I don't get anywhere else. That might be better. Maybe I'll just pull a little bit. I just pulled a little clump off the end. Let's go look in natural light. By natural light, I meant the window, not going outside. Let's see, can you see? The length is pretty good. I'm gonna show you down, so I'm gonna look down. All right, I'm gonna think of a grade to give this and come back. I need some kind of scorecard so that the different mascaras can be judged on the same rubric. All right, see you soon. It's probably been 5 minutes since putting the mascara on, and it's finally dry. Some baby wipes. This is actually my good distilled water. I'm gonna spray my hand, and I'm just gonna let the water sit. We did the Urban Decay first, right? So it is coming off. It's also smearing. Do you see that residue? When I did a review of this mascara, I had the same experience. It smeared all over my face, and I was highly irritated. So it actually came off now. There's just a little bit of staining, but think about this being on all day. This is a $26 mascara that is supposed to be tubing, and it smears. So that was the Urban Decay. Next, let's do the Milani. This is the Milani. I know it looks like it's smearing, but honestly, when I took it off, there was no smearing whatsoever. It came right off. That was the Milani. Hey y'all. So I have Tube Job, which we just finished, and Milani Highly Rated, which is our new girl. So I'm gonna do Tube Job over here and Milani over here. Now, I know I keep telling you these lashes go higher on this side, so just keep that in mind. We can talk about the differences between these two formulas, and we can go through the scorecard. Now, this is gonna be kind of strange because my mirror is over here. You can't see, my mirror is over here. I'm mirroring to my computer that's in my lap, and then you're right here. So if you see me looking around, that's why. So Tube Job got a little dirty. Oh, she's upside down. She got a little dirty. The tube has been used. So I'm gonna give a swirl, and I'm gonna pull. So sometimes this happens, and I just get the excess off the end. It's a little dark in my room. Small mirror from Anastasia Beverly Hills has been procured. Okay, getting off the tip. It's already dried inside. Ew. Normally I would take a tissue if I had one. I don't have a tissue nearby. So I'm gonna leave that tail, but normally I would clean the rim of this off and clean the tail because it's getting dried up at the end. And this mascara dries pretty fast, so I'm gonna try to work quickly. No, see this? It's a little dry. So I'm gonna put it back in the tube and give it a wiggle again. Oh, it's too light. There we go. I wanna know why the focus is not locking. Tube Job, I was excited because it did not smudge down my face. The first one I tried was the MAC Play Black Giga Lash, and it is regular mascara. It is not a tubing formula. I have no idea how they get away with calling it tubing. It doesn't tube. It's not tubing at all, even a little bit. Okay, I think I'm done over here. This is the first lash with Tube Job. I'm just doing a light job today. Just wanted an everyday look, so just gonna focus to make sure you can see. Okay, look down, and then I'm gonna look up, and then I'm gonna turn to the side, and then we'll turn to the other side. Okay, now the new girl, Milani. Ooh. These have also been sitting in my car. So, but this one's still nice and juicy. You can see it's wet on the tip. Tube Job was a wet formula, but it was very thin. Like, the way I would describe it is like the consistency of water. I know that sounds strange, but very, very thin. And then contrasting that to Milani, the Milani formula is super thick. Ow, my eyeball. Okay, looks pretty good. Just gonna add some to the corner over here, and then just gonna separate the ends. Gonna wiggle at the end. I'm gonna leave this alone. I think this is pretty good. The thing I wanted to demonstrate, in my opinion, okay, so let's get a closer look at the Milani. Looking down, then I'm gonna look up. Can you tell a difference? That's my question. This was $25. This was $13 at the drugstore / Walmart. I mean, one is black and one is brown. I would have gotten this in brown, but they only had black at Sephora. They're both tubing. They both lift, separate, give definition. Okay, I'm gonna look in the mirror again to see if there's a difference. Let's see if there's a difference visually in the lifting. I almost feel like the Milani actually lifts a little bit better, like curls. Maybe, no, they're about the same to me. I'm gonna turn to the side and take the computer so I can actually see what you can see. Okay, here they are from the side. This is the tube job side. This is the Milani side. I'll hold the Milani up so you can see. Okay, this is the Milani side. Can you see a difference? All right, let's try the other side. Okay, on the other side, and Milani is still over here. So this is the Milani side. How's it look? Do you see a difference? All right, so this is my professional opinion. After using tubing mascara for at least since 2009, so at least 15 years. And having tried so far about probably over my lifetime, about at least 5 tubing mascara brands, and probably closer to 10 tubing mascara formulas. These do not have a huge difference. This costs $10 more and I just can't justify it unless the ingredients are cleaner. This is supposed to have some lash serum ingredients. I don't care. As a matter of fact, I'd prefer if it didn't, because some of those lash serums have protoglast. It has something that's not good for your lashes, and I don't know what that stuff is anyway. The chemicals that they put in, or the niacinamides or whatever. I would rather put my own on if I wanted some lash serum. I don't use lash serum because I don't want it. So go through the scorecard. Okay, the look of lashes, I love it. It lifts a little bit, it separates. I feel like it gives length once you keep building. So I'm gonna give it a 7. Giving it a 7 because it can get clumpy because this formula is goopy, so it can really goop on there. So I'm gonna give it a 7 for that reason, but it's still pretty good. Flaking, there's a regular amount of flaking, like not excessive, but it is there. I will also give it a 7. Smudging, there is 0 smudging. We're gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Removal, it's tubing mascara. You put a little water. I know they say warm water, but y'all, it doesn't even have to be warm water. It just needs to be water that you leave on your lashes. It penetrates the mascara and it comes off. 10 out of 10. The price, y'all, is $13. I mean, for the drugstore, it could be a little cheaper, so I'm gonna give it a 9 instead of a 10, but that's a really good price, especially when you consider that department store formulas do the same thing pretty much and cost a lot more. In this tubing mascara test, Milani Highly Rated gets an 8.6. Milani, you did a good job with this one, and I see why all the TikTok girlies were raving about this formula. Have you tried Milani Highly Rated? Are you gonna try it now after you watch this video? Have you tried any other tubing mascara formulas? Let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. This is a whole series on tubing mascara, so come back for the next one.